In this video I'm going to demonstrate how we use the Guitar Templates neck centering and bridge locating jig to locate a bridge on this Tel-style guitar that's under construction. We're using a fairly standard Gotoh Telecaster bridge for this job, and we want to make sure that these screw holes that attach the bridge to the top of the guitar are put in exactly the right place so that the strings can be properly intonated. So the first thing we do, as usual, is to place our neck centering jig on the neck, and once again, for this operation it's absolutely critical that we have the 0 fret line lined up with the front face of the saddle. Then we adjust our side-to-side blocks to make sure that we are centered. We can use the scale here, set it at 43 or thereabouts millimeters for the nut width. We're looking at around 21.5 either side. So we get that set and lock it in. We don't have a nut in this fretboard at the moment, but if we do, we would block it up against this front edge of the slot, which is the 0 fret line. We come down the neck and check that we're centered down here. Again, we just use our scale to check that we're centered. We've got 27 this side and 27 this side. Lock that in place. Again, I'm just going to check that I'm on my 0 fret line. Attach my jig clamping devices. One more time, double check that we're still on our 0 fret line, because it is critical at this stage that it stays there. So another good reason why we should really have a nut in here. This guitar just hasn't had the nut width set up properly for a nut yet. That's one of the next jobs. And we're on center here, and down here at the body end we can check that we are also on center. Now what we want to know is whereabouts do these 4 screws that hold the bridge down land. Well, the Fender style bridge locating block has got the scale length on it, and in this case it's a 25.5 inch scale length, which is scale length F on our list. So we find the F line on both sides of the jig and we line up the scale length line with the F line. And for this particular block, the front face of the block out here is the line on which those screw holes will fall. So you can see that there's this is the end of the jig, but the block is back here, and it comes out either side of the jig. So we can see where that line needs to be, and we can mark it on the outside of the jig where either end of the line. Double checking that I haven't moved off the 0 fret line. I take my Clever Luthier's pencil. If you haven't got one of these, well, shame on you, everyone should have one of these. And then we can simply mark the line that those screws need to land on. Once we've done that, we can remove the jig. And take our ruler and mark in the line. So now we know exactly where we need to drill the holes to position the bridge. So to do that, obviously we take the saddle pieces off the bridge so we can access the holes, get it centered on the body, on the center line, and simply mark those 4 holes, and then we can screw the bridge down. The Fender style bridge locating block also has a slot in it that allows you to mark the line where the posts or the screw holes on a standard Fender tremolo style bridge would sit slightly forward of this line, and so we can mark that either side as well, and that's how you position a Strat style tremolo. The Tune-o-matic is done for a Gibson 24 3/4 inch scale length, and again it has a scale length line on it, and it has 2 holes at either end which allow you to position the posts of the Tune-o-matic style bridge. Where the tailpiece goes is not so critical, it just needs to be centered and far enough away to give you the brake angle over the Tune-o-matic. Okay, that's it. Happy building.